Alright, I'm out here today. I'm going to do a test and a review of the Trophy Ridge 3-blade meat seeker with a 2-inch cut. As you can see, basically it looks like a field tip when it's not expanded, and then when you expand it, you get a full 2-inch cut with 3 blades. Provided everything works, it should be a pretty devastating head. I used the 1.5-inch 3-blade a couple years ago, and I shot one deer twice and got full deployment on both of them and complete pass-throughs on both of them. So if history repeats itself, I'm expecting this to be a great head also. Just want to do a review. I've watched YouTube and I haven't seen too many reviews on this particular head, so I'm going to do a couple different. I'm going to do accuracy. I'm going to shoot 60 yards, to see if it'll group with field tips. I have no reason to believe that it won't. I mean, it looks like a field tip, as you can see. So I'm not going to worry about shooting 20 or 30 or 40. I haven't shot this head yet. This will be the first time. I'm putting her out to 60 right away because I feel that she should hit dead on or close enough to where I'm not going to lose my arrow. Also going to do the old milk jug test, and also going to do a lot of people complain that some broadheads make too much noise. I don't think I've heard this about this one, but just in case somebody's wondering, I'm going to shoot a 60-yard shot with the camera at 30 yards away from me. That way, hopefully, it won't pick up the bow or the arrow hitting the target. You'll just be able to hear the arrow going over the camera. Me personally, I don't think a deer is going to hear a broadhead. They're going to hear your bowstring go off, but some people want that review, so I'm going to do that. And maybe even purchase a watermelon, punch this to a watermelon, see what kind of entrance and exit hole it makes, and just a couple other things. And hopefully, Lord willing, I'll do an update to this video with live blood tracking on a deer I hit. I've already got my buck, so hoping to put a couple does down this year. I got the buck with the Blood Runner 2. It's not a terrible head, but it gave me enough reasons to look into a new one. I've done some reviews on that if you want to look into it. Just look at my videos. But Lord willing, I'm going to do another video of the blood tracking job and the entrance and exit hole on actual deer. But for right now, let's go ahead and get started on this and let you guys be the judge whether you want to purchase one or not. Appreciate you watching my video. Alrighty, first up is the field tip, the left target at 60 yards. Now the broadhead. Let's see what we got. Looks like I gotta adjust my sights, but they're grouping together.
That is low and to the right. I was aiming for the deer there. Low and to the right. They're definitely grouping pretty good to each other though. Might have to adjust my rest or my sights. Fiddle around with it a little bit more, but Broadhead's definitely flying true, that's for sure. Alright, I'm gonna do the sound test now. It's a little windy and cars are driving by, so I don't know how good this is gonna be. Camera's about 30 yards, target's at 60. I'm gonna walk back, take a 60-yard shot, see if you hear it sailing past you. Alright, here's the old faithful. Milk jug, showing the blood. Painted it black so you hopefully see the entrance better. I'm gonna step back, shoot the 3-blade 2-inch meat seeker into it. Let's see what kind of damage she does. Well, it don't look like I got full deployment on the entrance again. Take a closer look. No full deployment. Let's check the exit here. I would say that's full deployment. Take the lid off the cap. It's a pretty big hole, man. Pretty big hole. Once again, I like my entrance holes to be the full deployment, but once again, this is not a deer. This is because it don't deploy on a milk jug, don't mean it ain't gonna deploy on a deer. But one thing's for sure, if it does deploy on a deer, ensure it's our exit. He ain't going very far, and you're definitely gonna be able to find him. Yeah, that's not a full deployment. Looks like it just barely started opening, but this gives a whole lot. Alright, gonna shoot the 3-blade 2-inch meat seeker into this watermelon. Kind of blackened up the spot with a marker. The sun's like beating down right on it, so it's gonna be a little hard to see. So I put a black marker on it, maybe you can see the entrance a little better. I'll step back here a few yards and try to put it right dead center in that black dot. See what happens. Well, it don't look like I got full deployment on this side. Side. Let's see here. Shadow out of the way. My release is in the way now. This camera's working. Sorry, guys. But that is not full deployment on that side. Let's look at the exit wound. Oh yeah, that is full deployment. That is huge, boys. I hope the camera's picking it up. Here's the top of one. Here's the top of the other. Here's the top of one. Split more than 3. And there's one here. One here, 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 here. I have no idea if this camera's picking it up or not, so. Once again, I got one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. I mean, that definitely. But for me, a true test is the entrance wound. And entrance wound started opening. I think that's the top right there. Right here. Right here. So it started opening, but not full deployment. But this is a watermelon, not a deer, so I'm gonna probably cut it open, see what kind of damage is on the inside.
Are you gonna do that again?
Hang on, bud. Alright. It made a pretty big chunk out of that watermelon. I mean, this is the hole, but the blades come out farther. This one comes out here. Well, the split, not necessarily the blade, but yeah, it's definitely a devastating broadhead. Like I said, disappointed in the entrance wound, not being full deployment, but this is a watermelon, not a deer. Hopefully get some live field testing tomorrow morning on the doe. One last little video. I used a marker to go to the tip of each one of these splits. I'm not sure exactly which one. I think that's a blade, that's a blade, and that's a blade. And then some of them is just the skin splitting. But I drew a marker all the way around to the tip of each split to show you how big of a devastating wound it is. It's actually 2 3/4 inch diameter. Here is a cap to a paint can. Just happens to be exactly the same size. So talking about possibly putting a hole in a deer that big around, possibly. There's definitely going to be a blood trail. So there's the end of my video. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully it helps you out in your decision as you purchase a broadhead. Like I said, hopefully I'll have some real in the field testing during this season. Get some blood trails, actual blood trails, and actual pictures and video of the deer entrance and exit wounds. So thanks a lot. May the good Lord bless you with a great hunting season this year. Thanks.